guys, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jason.
And we are in Mammoth, California. So we are actually about 10 miles south of Mammoth down the 395, right behind us. The mountains, and they're snow-capped, which is so cool. So I also wanted to point something out when we were setting up that we had to do. We've had to do this 3 times in the almost 2 years we've been on the road, and I always find it so annoying and so stressful. But look at our jacks. Like, we decided to make the bottom a little bit more wide to hopefully help suppress some movement, but I think when we pulled into this place, the back is so much higher than the front that I think it was off about 4 or 5 degrees, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a ton. Normally, if we're off 1.5 degrees, we don't like that, but this was like 4 degrees. It was absurd. So I'll just show you the back. I mean, you can't really tell, but like that's just for the comparison. Like those jacks are totally fine. So it's just the front that's so low. That's just a little RV life for you. And I know people might recommend those red buckets. Don't recommend those. I don't like them. And we have the snap pads on, so we couldn't use the red buckets anymore anyway, which is totally fine with us because we don't want to.
I mean, we already have these. We purchased all these blocks that we don't use anymore now that we have the snap pads.
Yeah, so these have just sat in the RV. Anyway, we are now off to go hot springs hunting. So I've never been to Mammoth before. Jason has. He's done some snowboarding up here, but I'm very excited. We spent the first day after we set up. We just went and checked out the town. So it's a cute little area. We have so much to show you in this vlog. I'm so excited. It feels really fun to be exploring our home state and seeing things that we never saw before. So, I mean, a couple weeks ago we went to Death Valley National Park, and we were both born and raised in California, and we'd never been to Death Valley. I guess we weren't very good Californians, but we are now making up for all of that and exploring some of these amazing sites. So you are going hot spring hunting with us because that's how high the RV is that I barely have to duck underneath it. Normally you have to bend over because it's like scraping your back. Anyway, so we are going hot springs hunting. We found a website that listed some that are local. So wish us luck. So when we were scoping this place out a couple days ago, there's a gate that was locked and closed just because the road still had snow on it. So people were parking on the side of the road and walking the mile on the dirt road to the hot spring. So we didn't want to get out and walk because we weren't in our bathing suits, we weren't ready to go. So we knew, okay, we'll come back in a couple days. So we just pulled up to where the gate was, and there was no cars parked on the side of the road, and we were like, yes! Like, we timed it perfectly because we're coming earlier in the day, because when we came by before, it was later in the day, it was sunset, and everyone who had been snowboarding, I'm assuming, and skiing that day wanted to take a dip in the hot springs. So we get out, we park the car, and we're like, yeah, we're the only ones, and we're just like strutting our stuff, and we walk to the gate and it's open. So we got back in the car and now we're driving down the dirt road. So I'm still hoping that we have less people here than we normally would at sunset, but we'll see. So there are 4 other cars in the parking lot, which is still much better than what the side of the road looked like a couple days ago. where everyone and their mom, I think, was here.
Smell it.
Yeah, you can definitely smell it, that's true. Now I'm only hoping that the hot springs are big enough, because the website that we're following for the directions to get here doesn't have a picture. So even with 4 other cars here, can we all fit?
They call it a hot pool though, so.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't, so that, yeah, there's supposed to be a pool here that's 95 degrees, and then like a hot spring that's 105. But I want to sit in the 105.
Can we like mix them? Can I get like 102?
No, I don't think you can mix them.
No, okay.
All right, let's see. Finished up at the hot springs. They are somewhere back there. There is what is called a pool area, which gets warmer the further up it you go. And then they have a second area that we didn't get to go in because there was too many people over there. I'm assuming it's even hotter, but...
And deeper.
And deeper, yeah. But the pool area was really nice. It was fine. There was a lot of people further up in the hotter area, so we kind of just had to like sit in this like shin high water for a little bit, but then when they left we moved up into the hotter, deeper water, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
If you're passing through the Mammoth area, definitely recommend this. This was so fun, so nice, so relaxing. All right, well, we're still in our wet bathing suits, so I'm cold, it's windy, it's 45 degrees outside. We're going back to the car.
So I was gonna take Carmen out on a walk, and we noticed the snow on the ground and in the air. So luckily I have this nice shelter because our RV is up so high, and I decided I wanted to fill up our freshwater tank with a little bit so I can disconnect the water hose in case it freezes. But we're super excited for the snow because every little bit counts since we're going on a snowmobile tour tomorrow. We're gonna set up a nice little time lapse so you guys can watch the snow fall like we are.
Arrive at Main Lodge, Mammoth Mountain.
Good thing we got 4-wheel drive on this thing, yeah?
Yeah, but I feel like we need new tires. We just went sideways, so.
Oops. All right, guys, we are here at our Snowmobile Adventure tour place up in Mammoth Mountain. So we are going to go check in and take you along on this exciting journey. I brought like every single GoPro, don't mind how dirty it is down here. I brought like every single GoPro and like piece of camera equipment we have. So we are definitely going to try and capture this. So, what was that?
Showing some issue, of course, I don't know.
Great. Nothing can ever just go smooth.
It just shows some engine symbol, but trans temp isn't too hot. Engine's fine, coolant's fine, oil pressure's fine.
Great.
And there's no message, so.
Lovely. All right, well, let's deal with it after our snowmobile tour. Was amazing. I
Yeah.
had so much fun. I'm so glad that we decided to do this. Our tour guide was awesome. Like just really passionate about his job and
Yeah.
like talking to everyone. And then he's also into photography and he's also into geology. So he was telling us about the rocks when we stopped, and like he was really into taking pictures for people, which was so cool. Like just super upbeat and passionate, and like you can tell loves his job. And he said he's been up here year round for 13 years.
He said that this was perfect conditions too, because earlier this morning it was still snowing a little bit. So he said you could only see like 5 feet in front of your face. And then for us, the clouds blew away, and so we had that fresh snow,
Yeah.
blue skies, perfect visibility,
Yeah.
and it was just a really good time out there.
Yeah, totally an amazing trip. And then also because it had lightly snowed before, when we were going down those paths that had like trees on both sides, the wind, because the trees are so tall, it was only like just barely shaking the tops of the trees, which then was like releasing the snow that was just resting on them. And so you got this like picturesque, like, I don't know if it translated to video or not, but this snow just like came down and it was just barely touching you, and it was just so cool. I can't describe it. So we definitely got amazing conditions and very lucky. I'm really glad that this worked out because we were trying to do it yesterday. I don't know, somehow when I was booking it, they convinced me to do it today. So I'm really glad that they did. I don't know if they knew it was going to snow or not, but I highly recommend this. The company is called Mammoth Snowmobile Adventures. All the guides that were hanging around seemed really cool, but our guide was Kevin, so if you get him, you're definitely going to have a great time.
Yeah, they had rental gear for us also,
that's
which was awesome, because we, like, I have a snow jacket and stuff like that, but I just got rid of my goggles the last time we got rid of our stuff in Phoenix, Arizona, or Tucson, whenever we went through our stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to use this, and then here we are.
Yeah.
Everything that we didn't have, they did have. So they had snow boots for Ray, they had snow pants, we just put them over our jeans. They had goggles for me because I didn't bring sunglasses.
And they gave you the helmets.
Yeah, the helmets, and we had gloves, so it was just a good time, and just a great friendly atmosphere. And we got hot cocoa at the end, which is awesome.
What?
Yeah, like warm you up.
Very good hot cocoa.
Yeah,
too.
it was like perfect. They must make a lot of it, you know.
Yeah, they know the perfect recipe.
Yeah. I think we're starving, so we're gonna head home and get some food.
Yes. Well, I don't want to go home. I want to go out.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
And we also need to look at what's wrong with the truck.
All right. Let's do that.
So Jason has this little gadget that he bought that plugs in under there, and
It's very useful. If you don't have one, they're super cheap, and it makes it so you can read the code and then start to guess on your own what's wrong.
so what's our code?
So P0191, which for RAM looks to be like fuel rail code. Don't know what that is. We are up here and it's 26 degrees outside, and I don't know about our fuel. I think we purchased it. I don't think it has like any snow additive stuff in it.
Oh.
So, which is like different for diesel than gas, I think. I don't know. That's what I've read.
Can diesel freeze?
It can gel.
Oh, gross. Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna look at this, see what it is, see what we could do to make it fix it, and we'll go from here.
Cool. We came down the mountain a little bit and we are now in an area called the Village, which from what it looks like is just hotels. They have a gondola back up the mountain so you can catch some ski lifts and restaurants.
Yep. So most ski towns have this like little store area. You can buy souvenirs and stuff and get some delicious food.
Yes. So we are on the hunt for lunch, and we'll just show you the village too. Don't get any ideas.
I just like to look.
Alright guys, we just finished lunch and checking out the village. It's a cute little area. I think it would be a really fun vacation. Obviously we're RVers, but I think it would be really fun to stay in these hotels. If you're into skiing and snowboarding, it's just really convenient. Although there are campgrounds right down the road. Well, not right down the road, but
close enough.
Close enough, yeah. Like right off the 395, the same exit you get off for Mammoth. You go up that road, there's a couple campgrounds. You go up further, there's the village, and then obviously all the way up is Mammoth Mountain. So we did not stay in those campgrounds because they are not open yet. We are like 2 weeks too early for everything, for all the camping up here. We got really lucky that the campground we are in had availability.
Yeah, so we're staying in Crowley Lake, which is 20 minutes south.
Yeah.
There's a lot of U.S. Forest Service campgrounds up here, but they're not open in the winter. And I don't even think they're going to open within 2 weeks because of just the sheer amount of snow that Mammoth got this year.
Yes.
There is one right here in the downtown area that is open, and they plow, and we actually drove through there the other day. Right. And like you're just driving through and it's like 12-foot walls of snow on each side. And
that one was like a parking lot. I didn't like that. I wouldn't have wanted to stay there anyway. It literally was a paved, it was asphalt with painted yellow lines. I didn't like that.
I mean, it's okay if you're here and you want to go snowboarding, but it's because it's the closest that's open in the winter. But other than that, yeah, it's not really, it's nothing beautiful. Ours is cool. We really like the view of Crowley Lake. Yeah, ours is nothing special. Anyway, I am starting to sweat because the car is really warming up, and we wanted to show you Convict Lake. Don't worry, it's not as ominous as it sounds. Let's go. Alright guys, we made it to Convict Lake. Don't! Oh! Oh! You hit me right in my face, you fuck! Well, that's an accident.
I get to get you back. You hit me in the face. Look, it went inside my sunglasses. I get to hit you back. Fair's fair.
Was there a rock in there?
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, don't duck. Still not as painful. Oh!
It just bounced off.
Get over here. Oh God, I fell. Okay, so a little out of breath after that.
You're very childish.
You're childish. So we are going to show you Convict Lake. Why is it called that, by the way?
All right, so in 1887, 29 men escaped from the state penitentiary in Carson City, Nevada.
Okay.
6 of them made it down here, and a posse followed them, and they got into a shootout, and the county sheriff, Sheriff Morrison, died. And so did Mono Jim, a Paiute Indian.
Oh.
One of these mountains over here is named after him, and they call it Convict Lake because of that.
Here it is. So we're done here. That was Lake Convict. Very beautiful. This whole area is so beautiful. This is also another camping option for you in the winter though. It's managed by the
Summer. In the summer though.
That's what I meant. In the summer, it's a good camping option. The road right now is completely snowed over. They haven't cleared it at all. In the winter, in the summer, it is probably a really good camping option. It looks really nice. This is such a beautiful area. I think I already said that like 4 times. They have a dump station that we saw when we came in.
And a water fill, so you can easily pull off, fill up, come up here, camp, and then as you're leaving, easily dump. It's perfectly set up.
Yeah, I would guess they probably don't have hookups here. Probably why they're providing a dump station and a water fill up, so I doubt they have electrical. There's also tent camping, I'm assuming, because there's restroom facilities here too. So I would look at this if you are going to be in California. I know everyone in the summer in California wants to go to the coast, so maybe you could work the $3.95 in your route when you're figuring out your California trip. So we're gonna go because I'm out of breath. All right guys, so we are back home. Today was actually our last day in Mammoth, so we got the RV ready for a travel day tomorrow. Something came over us and we decided to actually clean the freezer. We finally peeled off the plastic that we put in there. I made a video about it, what feels like forever ago. Like legitimately, it might have been like 6 months ago.
Yeah, or more.
Or more. So you should definitely defrost your freezer more frequently than that, but it was way easier. So that was really nice. I'll show you defrosting it really, really quickly.
All right. Oh, okay. If we put this outside, no one will notice.
Because it's snowing.
You hear that?
Yeah.
So, those plastic things we put in here last time really did keep it off. And then the fact that these slid forward gave it enough room to...
So this is the piece of plastic we put in last time.
Awesome. And as you can tell, we haven't done this in a long time.
We haven't done it since I made the defrost video. Oh, nice.
But This is definitely a lot faster than last time, even if you have a massive frosting problem like we do.
Frosting problem. It's just an RV fridge, babe.
No, like we just don't.
Oh yeah, we have a maintenance problem.
Yes, we have a not cleaning our fridge up problem.
Wow.
All right.
Cool. That is a lot easier. Just a little bit to clean up on the bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, that took us literally 30 seconds. When the first time I defrosted it, I used the hot water method, and that took a lot longer. And then we also wanted to mention, since we were talking about the different places you could camp in Mammoth, there are actually boondocking spots out here. We tried to go to them when we first got here without the RV. We got our spot here at the RV park, and then we went and scouted.
The first spot we went to was what I'm really hoping to stay, like after we stayed here one night, fill our tanks and go. And we pull up and we're like really excited, and we turn the corner and it's like 2 feet of snow, 1.5 feet on the ground, and there's a sign that says we do not plow past here. And so like we tried to drive on the snow because we have 4-wheel drive, and we went, it was a mile away.
Yeah.
It was a mile away, and so we went like half a mile.
Yeah.
And the trailer probably could have made it that far because that was the paved portion of it. And then like the extra half mile was the dirt portion.
Yeah, that was wet and gross.
Yeah,
and
we wouldn't have made that, no way.
No, we didn't even want to take the truck through there.
So that was the first place. Then we went to the second place, which was like right next to the hot springs, and we were super excited about that. But on both sides of the road, like it's a big kind of like U-shaped road, so you can get to it from either side by either turning first on the highway or turning later on the highway. But both sides, we drove like half a mile again down the dirt road, and then this time though it was water, like standing water, which we could have made it through with the truck. We saw other people going through it, but we just cleaned the truck. Like
that's true.
Yeah, and we weren't going to bring the trailer through it.
Yeah, so there's no point in even scouting further. That would probably be like the #1 place that we would recommend to stay when you come out here is boondocking, because you can literally walk to the hot springs. We only went to one, which we showed you, but there are 2 others in that same area. Then probably the campgrounds closer in Mammoth, and then third the campgrounds where we are, like 10 miles south. All right, so while we were up, where'd it go? While we were up at Mammoth, we realized we haven't done a little giveaway in a while. So we got a shot glass because it felt only appropriate for Mammoth, because we associate winter sports with drinking. But maybe that's just us, because we associate a lot of things with drinking.
We do associate a lot of things, but winter especially.
Obviously, we want someone who also enjoys drinking to have this shot glass. We have a matching one, so I think it would be really cool if whoever wins, we could, hopefully fate would allow us to cross paths and we could take a shot together. So to win this, we've decided that we just want people to tell us if you like winter activities and what your favorite winter activity is. So yeah, we want to hear what you guys like, and hopefully let us know of some new activities that we could do in the snow. So let us know in the comments what your favorite winter activity is, and hopefully give us some ideas of stuff to try maybe next year, because winter is definitely over. That is all we have for you. We hope you enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a thumbs up. It really does help us out, and it lets YouTube know that our videos don't suck. So we really appreciate that. And subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye guys. Cool. All right, you ready?
Oh, I got a suntan.
I think it's just red from...
No.
How though? Your glass, your
my
helmet
goggle
went right
was right here, and then my helmet was up here. What?
Are you sure?
I guess we'll see tomorrow, but it sure looks that way in the camera. Damn it! I gotta fly to work next week. I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There's freaking snow. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, the first spot that we went to that we were most excited.
Carmen. Carmen's a thirsty dog. Oh.
I guess my tan, I guess I don't really have a tan.
I think the mask was just really tight on your face.
Yeah, and so it just... I still think there's a little bit like up here.
Who's getting a little eye wrinkles?
Don't. You stress me out by either turning first on the highway or turning later on the highway. Later.
You went this way,
Yeah.
this way.